All right, let's get started. If they come in, they come in. So you may thought we were going to talk about growing stores to 1,000 customers, but that was just a ruse to get you guys here. Because I thought people, well, why isn't everybody here? It's Christmas. That's crap. So the other thing I put in the description was 20 ideas, 20 actionable ideas to get there. And so last night I wrote down those specific 20 that I'm going to check off. So we'll go through a lot of stuff, but I'm absolutely, unequivocally have exactly 20 things. If you write 20 things down, I really think they're great things that'll work. So this is a little bit new material. So, you know, we may go off track a little bit. Before I get started, I do want to say, give you one piece of information. I read a quote a while back that said, your life will be different 5 years from now based on the people you meet and the books you read. Anybody read that or believe that? I do. So you met some cool people here. We meet people in this industry, we all share ideas, and that's awesome. But I'm going to give you my 10 most favorite books in the last 3 years that I think apply to rent-to-own. Whether you like them or not. Jim Collins, Good to Great and Built to Last. This presentation is based off Good to Great. It is taking Good to Great and applying it to our business. 500 customers to 1,000 customers. Kind of the concept. This book, this prequel to that was Built to Last together. They're a great combination. There's one, Too Big to Fail, or How the Big God. There's one after that, too. One of my favorite writers, Matthew Kelly, he wrote a book called The Dream Manager. That would come up in this. He wrote another book called The Rhythm of Life, which is a little bit to do with rent-own and more to do with life. Love that book. Malcolm Gladwell wrote the book Blink and Outliers. If anybody's not read his stuff, it is incredible, very applicable to this business. Simon Sinek, Start With Why. Great stuff on YouTube. If you're not a reader, which stats, and the guy, I guess Lloyd said all stats are lies, or somebody said all stats are lies. Said 30% of people have not read anything this year. But he's got great stuff on YouTube called Starts With Why, and the writer's name is Simon Sinek. Another book called How. Obviously, anything Maxwell, I think is great for our leaders, easy to apply to our business. Stephen Covey's 7 Habits. So those would be, and then the last one I would say is 5 Dysfunctions of a Rent-to-Own Team. The rent-to-own is not in the title, but 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. Patrick Lencioni, great 42-minute YouTube video. It's good to listen. You don't have to watch it. You can listen to it when you drive. I listen to a lot of YouTube videos when I drive. Pretty cool thing to do. So if you don't get anything out of this, those are great books, great reads. Path to 1,000 customers. We're going to take you through, me and the mouse in my pocket, these things. Again, really based a lot off of the Good to Great model. Start with the leader, build the team. First who, then what. You know, you have to have the right person and the right team together before you ever decide what the heck you're going to try to do. Your path doesn't matter if you don't have the right leader and the right team. Talk about confronting the brutal facts of rent-to-own. There's some of that today which kind of fits with what I want to talk about. Being true to the core of our business. I think it's easy to go after a shiny new toy in this industry and forget about the core of the things we do that make us money month in and month out, year in and year out. Being disciplined about the work we do. Now, all this is on a handout. Did everybody get a handout? No. Oh, I thought he was handing them all out. They're in the back, maybe? Can you hand some of those out? Sorry. I apologize. This is just kind of an outline. Oh, they're in the back too? This one in the back? Trevor, I want to thank Trevor for his help. Trevor's doing a great job in the back. Disciplined work. So disciplined work, how we go about our work every day. Using technology to accelerate. We can use technology and it can make really bad processes worse. Or we can use, once we have good processes, we can use technology and make it great. And then I think the power of momentum in this business. I think Uncle Mo is a wonderful thing rent to own, and I think we can leverage it to a greater extent. So that's the path we're going to take. Before I start, I want to show you one of my favorite YouTube videos. It's really short, but to me it personifies maybe a little bit about that entitlement generation that we deal with every day. Because I'm not one of those, right? No, but deal with that entitlement generation a little bit. One of the funniest videos. Hang on, watch this. It's pretty cool. Where's my audio? They're still on the escalator. My point. What is my point? Anyone? 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 Bueller? What's the point?
Take action.
What's that?
Let's take action. Make moves.
Yeah, we're all sitting there whining and complaining about our stores aren't growing, and we're not doing anything about it. We are literally standing still, doing the same things we've always done. So I think there's a lot of things we can do to take action and not just stand on the escalator waiting for somebody to come and fix it for us. All right? So, first 5 of the 20 ideas are going to be right here. We look for a level 5 rent-to-own leader. That's her right there. Donna Treboni. We have lots of them, but that's a great one. Level 5 rent-to-own leader. Here's what a level 5 rent-to-own leader is. Now, here's how we came up with this. Maybe not an exact science, but it was pretty darn good. So we had a guy that was working for us doing some there's 4 seats up here. You guys want to come up here? We had a guy doing some consulting work, doing some presentations for us, doing some training for us, and we decided that one day we would take our 6 best managers that year from manager of the year finalists, and we bring them in a room and we try to figure out what they have in common. That's a pretty cool idea. A couple of them are here today, at least one of them, right? Look at that. And so he, as a facilitator, worked and asked questions. What do you think? What do you do? What do you like? What's important? You asked it. I was trying to do the best I could to be in the back room, not saying a word. And so at the end of all this, they came up with these 5 things, affectionately now known and rent-to-own as hot up. Okay? So we look for hot up managers. We interview for hot up managers. We evaluate hot up managers. Christine. So let me talk to you about what this is. Okay? First piece, point number 1, hungry. Not passionate, not driven, not focused. Hungry. Has something to prove, even they have a chip on their shoulder, works with unyielding passion and drive, insatiable, I love that word, insatiable approach to driving revenue, profit, and people. Anybody like a manager like that? Did you take one? Yes. That's quality number 1. Quality number 2. They own it. Takes owner, got this I did for my friends the Roses. They put the names of managers on the door. I visited there about 7 years ago, and I said, why do that? We want to make them own it. So now we do that. And when they stop owning it, oftentimes I'll say, come on, let's go out here, look at this, what's that? Well, that's your name, right? What are you going to do? Right? So we want them to own it. They have to take ownership. The ones who are great take ownership. One, they admit their name is on the door for a reason. It's not just a game. It's not just what they put on. They put it on Facebook when they become a manager. Trust me. They get their name on the door. They take a selfie with it. It's on Facebook. And when that's all that matters about their name on the door, we have a problem. But the ones that take ownership of the store very seriously are very good. They lead what I call in spite of culture. In spite of the weather, in spite of the economy, in spite of being down a man, in spite of the truck being down, in spite of bed bugs, in spite of insert issue here, we're still going to be successful. They make decisions based on broader perspectives of our business, on owning the business, not running the store. And this is my favorite piece of this ownership manager, is they are a culture ambassador. The culture in their store, the culture from our company, manifests itself in that store because they believe it's important. Who has multiple locations and the culture is different store to store? It's true, right? We have 300% turnover in these 2 stores and none in these because the culture is not the same. So we need managers that own the store, own the culture, and are the culture ambassador. Number 3 is teachable. Big deal. One of the reasons, I told somebody I wouldn't bash big guys. This isn't a bash big guys. Sorry. I said I would. One of the reasons we don't hire people from other rent-owned companies and they don't succeed is because we have a teachability issue. Because if you've been in the business for a long time, it's hard to learn the business the way we want it done. And we've all experienced that, whether we go from errands to rack to errands, or ABC to ACE, or whatever it is. Most of our managers are not from anywhere in the industry. She was working in a catering business, came to work part-time doing taxes. Interestingly, why she was interviewed is we were interviewing people to do taxes part-time because right after I went, I give Roses all the credit. Right after I went to visit the Roses one time, they said, if you really want to get a tax raise, you got to have people that are going to do it. So I said that year we're going to hire more people to do taxes so we can do taxes and rent-owned, and we got her. And the reason we interviewed her is because we had an interview day and she wasn't on this calendar and she stayed there until we interviewed her. And the manager, who's a regional now, said, I don't think she's going to leave until we interview her. And now she runs our biggest store 4 years later. Anyway, back to the teachable point. So teachability, they have to openly accept feedback. Openly accept feedback. Everybody do that well? Yeah. Great. They have to give and share perspectives openly. We have a FICA issue at our company. You know, my store and my biggest competition is the guy down the street. The other rent-owned store, 18 miles away. You know, our best leaders are very open to sharing their ideas with other people. I think there's somebody in my company that's at her store now learning from her. Seeks new learning opportunities. One of my favorite terms for this is just they're very professionally curious. How does that work? How do we do that? I want to learn that. Professionally curious. Willing to try new things and even take risks. When we try a new product, let me try it. I'll do it. I'll learn how to set up APNs on the phone. I'm not afraid of it. That's a perfect example of it. We have managers that, I remember a manager 15 years ago, his name was Alan Vinegar, when we first started carrying laptops. He's like, I don't want to sell laptops. I said, why not, Alan? He said, because if a couch breaks, I can fix the board. I don't know how to fix that if it breaks. And he was scared to death. Okay? Fourth piece is being urgent. Now, this business necessitates us being urgent. The way we take care of customers, the way we deliver, the way we pick up, operates quickly without hurry. That's a John Wooden thing. Quickly without hurry. So we're not sloppy, we're not messy, but one of my best managers, she has run the biggest store until she was just passed the other day. I don't think she's really passed, but anyway, In terms of interviewing people, she says, all I need to do is see how fast they walk. Because you don't walk fast, you can't work. I think there's some truth to that, okay? Sets and manages the highest priorities as being urgent, addresses customer, this is the hard part here, and employee issues quickly. Looks to strike at every opportunity. And the last piece of the hot up principle is positivity. Let's see, go in a couple different directions. One, they spread a contagious attitude like throwing fish in. You ever see the fish videos from Pike Place Fish Market? We've trained on that for years. And that contagious, positive environment. They're brutally honest about the facts, yet positive. That's hard. Positive for me is not rose-colored glasses positive. It's brutally honest, here's the facts, here's where we stand, but really, really, really believing you can still accomplish it. Whatever it is. We can do this. We got this. That's our company's motto for 2015. We got this. Okay? One thing, and this is not on here, this is a bonus, this is 21. So we were talking about our manager and his skills and a meeting with our regional managers. And, you know, what are the things that are going on in this store and a couple other stores that are doing so well. And what came up, and to me it's kind of number 6 here, is in this environment, in this store, nobody, employees, ever wanders. Anybody see people in rent-owned stores wander? Like delivery guys wander, this is deliveries from 11 to 1, and they wait to deliver, load it up at about 1, and they get back at 6, no matter how much time. People wander in our stores. And in this store, nobody wanders. And nobody ever wonders where they stand, how they're doing. I didn't want to do it. I'm stealing it. I'll rip off and duplicate. That's the department, right? If every one of our managers and every one of our stores, no employees ever wandered or wondered, we'd be awesome. We'd be incredible. All right? Level 5, rent zone leader, that's the start on your path to 1,000 customers. Number 2, we have to find the right team. Got to mark off my list here. I will tell you this, as our stores got larger, we needed a great manager, but the other people became a lot more important. Tons more important. I would tell you in a 1,000 customer store, you need 3 managers. Anybody disagree with that? You need 3 managers. Manager, whatever you call them. A general manager, somebody over sales, somebody over collections. And they have to be managers. They can't just be people with titles. And here's the other thing we found is it's got to do this. Right? Every manager in every rent-owned store I've ever encountered or ever visited has a strength and a weakness. Right? I think managers in rent-owned have to do 4 things. They have to manage collections, they have to manage sales, they have to manage people, and they have to manage our business, which is mostly our inventory. And every manager we got does one of those things well, and one of them they kind of suck at. Most managers. And we need to find those other 2 managers that can fit with those people with their deficiencies, with their weaknesses. If we get managers like this, we will not grow our stores. We get managers that are sales guys, that they want to do promotions, they want to set up displays, they want to do cookouts, they want to do contests, and they don't know how to manage inventory and sloppy, or they don't know how to, it's going to be a mess. So figuring out how to build that team that is connected together by different strengths is powerful when you start to get to higher levels. Straight out of good to great, thanks you, Jim Collins. Get the right people on the bus, get the right people off the bus. Get the cancers off the bus, get the people that aren't contributing off the bus. We have found in the stores with our biggest culture, people don't stay very long, or they stay for a long time. Anybody else see that? In the stores that are the best, there's a culture, there's an expectation, and if you don't fit that, you're out on the street. They don't want you there because you're not going to work like we work. Here's what people want, what employees want to be successful. I'll take this Malcolm Gladwell's Outlier book. where a lot of this came from. I think in general people want to do well. People want to win. People want autonomy, some control over what they do, some freedoms about their job to make some decisions. They want a little complexity to challenge them. They want a connection between effort and rewards. And this is, I think, a lot of times where we miss the boat in rental. A connection between effort and rewards. Part of something, obviously, I put this up here for a reason. That was a customer growth contest 2 Marches ago when a store grew 193 customers in a month. So we took a limo to the Red Sea. It was a contest, it was an event, it was a challenge, it was March, and they wanted to be part of that team. I think most of those people were still here, all but one. And that was 4 years ago. Most of them still work in the same store. One of the things we do, and do very effectively, and when we manage it well, when we connect the dots well, it works. Connection between effort and rewards. So twice a year, we have planning meetings. And those planning meetings started a decade ago, longer than that. And those planning meetings are pretty hard sometimes, pretty easy sometimes, kind of depending on what your store's doing. At one point, they were me and my dad and HR and marketing, and the manager was kind of over on that side of the table. And it was, he or she got a list of questions, and he came back with the answers. And basically what it was is we're going to put every pink elephant on the table, and we're going to talk about it, and people were hired, and people were fired, and people were transferred, and issues were dealt with, and we set projections. And we have been, and have always been, and will always be a projection-based company. I guess Lloyd doesn't think that works, but we hit them most of the time, okay? And so everybody, instead of competing against each other, we have these projections at the end of every year that everybody competes against themselves. And the first time we really saw benefit, and obviously I haven't done this since, but we always have done something, is we did a contest at the end of the year that any store that met projections, and there was a collections qualifier, but it was pretty straightforward. Everybody in the store got a $1 raise. You think it worked? What percentage of the stores did you get? It was good. It was good. Now, why did we do it? Well, we knew if we grew our revenue, that our salaries could grow, and it worked. The math worked. Because I know, we know what our salaries, our employee expenses are. So now it's been, we have a points process we use. We've done bonuses. We've done gift cards. We've done TVs. Brad Matthews sitting right here, one of our best managers. The year he started, he was working for the guy next to him, and it was, you just started, right? Tell them that story. You can tell the story. It was a good story.
Started in September, and I just pretty much hit projections in December, and I've never had a class ring before in my life. He showed up with 32-inch Samsung.
And you kissed him.
Kissed him on the cheek.
Not right on the mouth. It was like right here. It was close.
I was just like, well done. Opened up the tailgate. He's like,
There you go.
everybody else did. We sold all the other 32, so I'm going to go buy you one. It's the day before Christmas, Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it was like Christmas Eve. So, anyway.
Gives me one on TV, gets another kiss.
There we go. But we really, and it's not just, we look at our marketing plan every month, it's like, we have the mailer, we have the point of sale, we have the outdoor, we have the radio, we have the in-store contest. And you can't do it all the time, but we sure as heck try. There's a scoreboard every night at 9 o'clock, whatever the contest is. This month it is mattresses and cell phones. Last month it was, but there's always a connection between trying to achieve the effort to achieve the results we want and the rewards. All right, the facts. Some people won't like this one. That was like 8 really good ones, just so you know I have on my list. I'm to number 9 now. Here's what I think the facts are. Kelly said today something that I haven't heard many speakers of rent-own ever say, which is there are some customers that won't be rent-own customers. And I've heard many times at all these conventions that we have all these customers that want to be our customers, we just can't get them, and I've never really agreed with that. And she kind of said it today Now, we changed the factors, if we put there, I want to pay on a pay cycle, and I got credit issues, then maybe, but not everybody wants to be our customer. That's just the facts. Most people think we charge too much. That's the facts. So what do? Here's facts, which I think are really stinking cool, okay? So we do a lot of work with Google Analytics, with our search engine optimization, and with our search engine marketing. And I got these stats just the other day. So we continue to change the keywords that we try to get with our marketing. Keywords people put in Google search, you're searching online for TV. You're searching online for rent TV, whatever they put in. We test and we change and we test and we change, try to get our ads to pop up. Hopefully they'll click on an ad, even though today they said they wouldn't, so we're wasting our money. Here's what we found out. This goes exactly to what I'm talking about. There are rent-owned customers and there are non-rent-owned customers. When we put in mattress sale, when somebody puts in mattress sale, okay, and we buy that, we had, in a month, we had 2,783 impressions. 3 clicks. Somebody that Googles mattress sale, you think they're looking for us? No! We change it to mattress for sale. 137 views, so they don't search it as much. 7 clicks. What's that say? Anybody want to make a leap? Tim, you're nodding your head. Make a leap. What's the difference?
It just makes all the sense. If you're looking for a mattress for sale, you're looking for
A deal on a mattress.
Craigslist or something. If you're
Exactly.
looking for a mattress sale, you're chasing the big.
It's a cash deal. So we just got a few of the Craigslist customers by putting the word for in there. We got a few clicks. Rent-to-own mattress. 66 views. Hell of a lot less than 2,700. 20 clicks. 1 out of 3 people almost clicked. Where should we use our money? Where should we use our money? Rent-owned customers. Okay? I believe that, and this is the $1 million question, answer, punchline. I believe, and this is Trent's line, I totally stole it. We've all had 1,000 customers, just not at the same time. It's true.
You got that from me, Mike.
No, okay, I give Trent credit for it.
No red ball.
Here we go. Here we go, Jamie, right here. Listen, here's my database. Here's my database, courtesy of Al Benson, Vendor of the Year. 110,353 mailable files. 33 stores. Store number 1, 6,234 customers. Store number 2, 5,372. Store number 3, 5,002. 2,600 customers have paid out in store number 2 in the last 5 years in our customers. That's the problem. The problem is retention, not acquisition. We do 20 order forms a week in every store. We just lose 19 customers. It's true. It happens to most of us. Okay? So my strategy with marketing is this, based on the facts. We have 3 things we can market. We have 3 strategies. We have a back strategy, which is get customers back. Let's get these, how about we have 90,000 customers back? Let's get 90,000 customers back. Let's just do that. They're in the file cabinet, Jamie. Sing them. Sing them. They may not be in alphabetical order. But, isn't it weird that, like, most rental stores, maybe it's just me, tell me if it's true. Like, if it starts with an A, as long as it's in the A somewhere, that's good? Is that the way it is? Is it just me? It's going to be A's. I'll be fine. I'm fine. Yeah. So, the back strategy is things we do, money we pay, what we try to do to get customers back. And we spend a lot of money marketing our database. We call them, we email them, we mail them, we text them, we try to get customers back. Okay? The second piece of that strategy, which I think is the second most valuable, is over. Pretty self-explanatory. I want to get them over from the competition. I want to steal Ernie Llewellyn's customers of Wilmington and Maysville, the 2 places we compete. He knows that. I know that. Every time I get one, if I'm in the store, I take a picture of it and send it to him. I should tag him next time, is what I should do. Yeah, right? So we want to get customers over, and we need to figure out what our value proposition is to do that. But none of us in this room want to get 50 of those customers. Now, what's the easiest way to get customers over? Is get a bigger share of wallet, because they're renting there now. And we just need to get them to stop going in there. 25% of our customers are renting somewhere else today. It's true. We just got, do you have anything on rent with anybody else? If we just ask that question, we get a lot more business. 165 will go to 172 per customer. All right? And then the last strategy is in, which is getting customers in to the rent zone transaction that have been in the rent zone transaction. How efficient do you think we can be with our marketing dollars on that? I equate it to an election, right? Last election, Barack Obama, John McCain. Who were they advertising to when they got down to it? The people on the fence, right? And the only way we're going to get people in the rent zone is if somebody comes up and pulls their shoulder and says, "Come on in, it's not that bad." We're not going to do it with flyers or catalogs or TV ads, or radio ads. None of us have the budget to do it. Collectively, we may not have the budget to do that education. I think that's just factual. Now, one of the advantages we have is we have good friends at Aaron's and Rack that are pulling them in through other channels, so now they get exposed to rent to own. People ask me, do I think Rack Advantage and Progressive are helping or hurting our business? I said, I think it's introducing a lot of people to rent to own, and once they get into rent to own, maybe they'll choose the best option, which is me. I think it's true. I think they're bringing people in. Oh, you think you're the best option? Right. Mark Windsor votes for him. The second piece of the facts is we have to be candid about the facts of the store. It's so easy to explain away rent-to-own business. Right? What's the excuse going to be next week? You ready for it? Are you ready for it? Somebody didn't close her out next week. What's the excuse? We were closed for Memorial Day. You're not ready for that one? I mean, it's going to happen, right? You get a lot of restaurants. We were closed Monday for Memorial. It's going to happen. Prepare for it on Friday. We were closed, you know. One of the best things I like, I've said this before, the weather excuse to me is one of the best ones, right? Which is, when it's really nice out, people don't shop because they're doing other stuff. And when it's really nasty out, people don't get out. So I've determined in 17 or 18 years that partly cloudy and partly sunny are the best days for me. Best days. Okay? But one of the things we do is we have a very public scoreboard. And I highly encourage it. We're highly competitive. Very public scoreboard every night at 9 o'clock. Every manager, every leader in our company gets a scoreboard. The headline says, May Scoreboard, and everybody is on the scoreboard. High or low, but you're on the scoreboard. Public display of facts, which I love. Which is very easy to be done because the data I can pull out of the ideal system. There's your plug, yes.
Thanks, sir.
You're very welcome. Second thing is we always want to make sure we address creep. There's creep, whether it's a Monday close creep, whether it's a Friday close creep, whether it's a low rental creep, whether it's an individual route creep, whether it's the inventory that starts to creep, whether it's the percent new that starts to creep. Like, we got to see creep and then deal with it. Those are facts. We look at a ton of data. In this business, we can totally smother ourselves in data. We can get anything, we can look at anything. It's kind of crazy, which makes it cool. One of the coolest things I think about this business is all different ways to slice and dice the data. But it can be overwhelming. But if we don't address creep, then we have issues in stores. Okay? I don't even know what time we're supposed to be done. Oh, this is great. When a route goes from, it's always closed at 5%, goes to 6. When a store is delivered 30, starts to deliver 22. When inventory in a store is 90,000 and now it's 110. Just little incremental moves that may not feel that bad, but it's out of the norm for that store. All right, be true to the core. This business is cool because we carry a lot of cool products. We have to continue to evolve those products. We rent home furnishings at good margins. We're successful. Okay, our business has been this. Our business has been these 4 things. This is what we always said our core was. Sofas, washers, laptops, TVs. Since the day I started rent-to-own full-time, 1997, our business has been driven by those four products. We've rented a lot of other stuff, but we rent those four things well, we do well. So we don't spend a lot of time there and effort focusing on how we rent more washers, how we rent more sofas, how we rent more TVs, and how we rent more laptops. And there's lots of other moving parts and things around that we could be doing. But if we rent those four things well, we do really well. Really well. Okay? Now, that stuff changes. So we have to be true to the core, but be willing to accept new stuff. So I'm going to give you just a little snapshot at our last 12 months. True to the core. In 2013, we saw our businesses start to flatten out. Because we stopped renting laptops, and we were renting laptops like crazy. As many laptops as any of you guys had on in any store. It made me look really good as an owner, because I could rent laptops. Okay? We were renting a ton of laptops, and we stopped renting laptops. And the TV business, for the last couple of years, was what? It was not very good. It was not very good. Smart TV, 3D was a flop. Smart was a flop. It's coming back. Everybody bought new TVs in 2008 when the FTC said, you gotta have a new TV. And all the rental dealers said, yes. And then that kind of went away because they had a new TV in 2008. So I knew that we would have to make more money in furniture and appliances. Knew it. Knew it. So we had to evolve those two very boring core products. Very boring core products. So what do? You break them apart and you try to see what we can do to sell more furniture and more appliances. Start with furniture. Mattress is a category. Thank you, Trent. Mattress is a category. It's not a part of furniture. It's a category. What percentage of our customers come in and have a bad night's sleep? What percentage of our customers are sleeping on a cruddy mattress? A lot. A lot. Our mattress business is up 200% in 3 years. We reinvented it without, but we did a better job. Had a better product, had a better solution, had a better display, had better training, everything. Reclining business. Number one furniture category in terms of revenue for my company is recliners. Not reclining sofas, not stationary sofas, not sectionals, it's recliners. Because I do a ton of reclining furniture. We bought a new warehouse. We didn't get a medium-sized warehouse, small warehouse. We decided we're either going to do it or we're not doing it. We got to do one or the other. We can't do it halfway. We bought a warehouse 3 times the size of the warehouse, a lot more furniture. Our furniture business this year is up 25%. So we grew the core and didn't rely on the new fancy new toy, shiny new thing. We know we have to continue to do that. Same with appliances, making some tweaks to the pricing, making some tweaks to the lineup, making sure we display it better, investing in fixtures. But I think we have to identify ancillary products that can fit. Phone business. I mean, the phone business is hard. It's really hard. But it's huge revenue. Oh, we got to figure out how to make it better margin. Revenue's great. Number one revenue growth product for me this year by far. I just got to figure out how to squeeze better margins out. We'll figure that. If you got the top line revenue, you can figure out how to make the rest work. Or you should be able to.
Not breaking.
Well, that's one of them, right? Another thing I would say is game systems. My game system business in 2015 is up 70%. It's a category. I heard him say it, What did Gen Y do? They sit in their basement and play Xbox. Games are a category. Xboxes, PS4s. PS4 is more than Xboxes because there's an internet, everything's got to be online. It's a category. I mean, it is a huge category. More in this Christmas season than others, but it's a category. We knew it could become a category, and it became a category. So, identifying the new products, jumping into the new products when they fit, when they're analogous, when they're close, and I think consistently evolving the core products that make you money month in and month out, month in and month out. I think sometimes we lose sight of sofas, mattresses, laundry, and that's how we make all our money. And we're off looking, everybody was in that showroom looking for the next new thing. You probably should be figuring out how to sell more furniture. All right? Everybody with me? We're at like 12 good things, just so you know. You may not have got them all. We can recap if you want. Disciplined work. I believe that a successful rent-to-own store, a very, very, very high volume rent-to-own store, is more about disciplined work than it is skill. Anybody agree or disagree with that? If we look at the things in our business, go back to the management things I said, manage collections, manage sales, manage assets, manage people, it's about disciplined work, right? Our folks that have had disciplined work in collections understand it's a volume game, it's a numbers game. We have to make a lot of attempts to get a lot of contacts. We have to be disciplined about the way we follow up when commitments are broken. We have to be disciplined about the way we use all our technology, from calls to texts to emails, and know what's working and identify and toggle and know which number's right. We have to be disciplined about the work in collections to be successful. The conversations are important. A lot of the conversations now are automated. A lot of the texts they're sending now are automated. So this number was scary. We had 3 stores in March that had more than 6% of their revenue paid via text. PAY, last 4 digits. Thank you. That's a lot. We put it in December. It may end up being 15, 16, 17% of our revenue. Sales process. Sales process to me is about disciplined work. Now, all the sales stuff Jeffrey said very colorfully this morning, I thought it was awesome. But our sales process that works is very disciplined work. It starts with great presentation. Then it becomes the sales process, which is the sales presentation. Then it is obviously a marketing program that is easy. We changed our marketing program. We've changed it 1 million times over the years. Everybody does a marketing program, right? That you mail payouts and returns and prepay. Everybody nods heads. Everybody does that. What percentage of time do you think that gets done in stores? You're shaking your head, right? Raise your hand if it's supposed to happen in your rent-to-own store today. Raise your hands. Some form of solicitation program. No? You don't do it?
None of our people pick raise their hand. I'm hoping.
Yeah, because they don't. Okay? So, and what? 30% of the time it gets done, 40% of the time it gets done. They're having a bad week. When they have a good week, they stop doing it, and then next week's a bad week. Right? Right there?
Yeah.
Disciplined work. When we become disciplined about the way we do those things. Now, our marketing director, Renee resides in the room, and she says, why can't we just get him to do it? And she does that. Go to stop. Stop. Just get him to do it. Because it's hard to rent-own habits. We get distracted. So, what's the only way we can get it done?
Do it yourself.
If we don't have humans.
Exactly right.
Well, right. And some of you guys were in that class earlier. I mean, when we can get automated emails, text sent at the right intervals, prepay out returns, and they still are person. That's the only way we're going to get it done 100% of the time. But our salespeople that have a process, our salespeople, my best sales teams follow up on leads like it was their job. It is. Right? Leads, what are you going to get next? What do you get when you pay this off? They write it down, they go back to it, they're not getting any sales, they go to the lead sheet. It's a process. It's not silver tongue, talk them into something, giving them 3 weeks free. It's the process they're following so they don't have slow weeks. Somebody was saying, I thought of it afterwards, what's the cheapest thing that you can do to get more sales? And one of our top salespeople in the company today, and I literally mean today because it's been my last few weeks, she uses her Facebook page to get sales, not mine. When people become car dealers and people become insurance agents, what do? They call their friends and relatives to get them to buy something. And our people we're not really conditioned in that way. But why not? In sales. If she's using her Facebook page, her 300 friends, and they trust her. They don't trust rent-to-own, they trust her to get this done. Now some word works in the room, be like, is that against wage and hour law? I'll fight that battle later. I can be sued for anything, I realize that. Asset management, process. If we have good processes in stores, we can get our stores to much higher levels. as our store goes from 700 to 800 to 900, the process just starts to get chaotic. And chaos can create a lot of missing inventory. Chaos can create high service. Chaos can create high loaners. Chaos can create all kinds of messes. No, you can't find files. So we have to make sure that our audits and our inventory are done in a very systematic way. Definitely something we can improve on. But it's disciplined work. It's making sure that and I gave a guy points, and I'll show you that I did the other day because he was delivering a mattress and it had a bed frame on it. The delivery guy comes back in and he said, "Why am I delivering this mattress? There's no bed frame on the rental agreement. Isn't there supposed to be a bed frame on the rental agreement?" Oh! You know, when you have disciplined people at every stage and they're checking that stuff and doing that, then we can manage this better. That's not being smart, just being disciplined about what we do. Last part is in people management. That's the no wandering thing. I wrote something down in my Evernote when Kurt was speaking earlier about Gen X, and they want it now, and they don't believe in the process. And I think one of the things we have to do is we have to improve the process. And we have to clarify their expectations. They have an expectation of I want to be this now, and we've not really communicated the process very well. Probably most of our processes kind of suck. Because we turn over people and it just happens, and we hire some extra people so we have them just in case. You know, we have to improve the quality of that process, and we have to improve the quality of how we go over the expectations. That's a disciplined process that has to improve. All right, questions? Technology as an accelerator. Back to the book Good to Great. You know, it goes really in this exact order. And it says very clearly, if you don't have good people and you don't have a good team and you don't have good processes, this is a waste of money. Because you'll just make it worse. You'll spend a lot of money making it worse. I've done it. Thinking technology can fix my processes when I really got to fix my processes before I apply the technology. We got lots of different technologies, and sometimes we got too much. And I'll show you a couple new cool things I just launched. But let's start with the website. And the website is, we have to make certain that our website metrics are the right metrics. And it took us a while to get there. What's the key web metric? Websites, people with websites, raise your hands. Key web metric, Lynn Leach.
Can they place an order online? How easy is it?
Okay. Is that a metric? What's the number? How many clicks? How many clicks? Trooper, you're a huge web guy. Come on. Orders? How many orders? Trent?
How many closed?
How many closed orders? Shannon?
Visits.
What? Visits, right? Your web company's going to give you all that crap. Time on site. We've improved our time on site. Who freaking cares? Because you couldn't find what they were looking for. Right? Page views. Look how well we've done at page views. Who cares? Right? So, I mean, Trent's right. I mean, how many orders did you get? You know, I measure marketing on how many leads we get. It's not their job to close. It's not my marketing company's job to close them. It's their job to give them to me. They have to have a very clean sales funnel. So we track this number. Try to do the math. It's pretty cool. Leads per unique visit. How many leads do you get per unique visit? That's your lead. So we want a lot of people coming to the site, and we want most of them come and give me a lead. And how many leads do we have month to date? 1,700 month to date. Pretty good. We just need to close them. We're working on that. But at least we have a metric for our marketing company to be held to that's not some BS thing that they made up in a world somewhere. So the data, I think, has to be valuable. There's a great blog, if you're interested. Anybody ever heard of Seth Godin? Seth Godin, anybody? Other than people I've worded to? That's what I've worded to there. He has a blog he sends every morning, and it's brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Every morning, really short, maybe 2 sentences. The shorter ones are the better ones. Okay? He sent one out about a year ago, and it said, data. It was the headline, data. And it said, data is king. Data without action is useless. Useless. I think we have a ton of data, so we don't know what to do with it. Whether it's web data, whether it's store data, and teaching people how to use the data we get from all this great technology is what we all have to do a better job. When we know what we're looking at, we know what action to take from the data, it's powerful. So we're using all this technology, we're getting all this data, but we really don't know what to do with it. So to what end is, how do we turn the data to action? Literally taking the data, whether it's collections data, whether it's sales data, whether it's internet data, what do we want out of it? Data to action. Very important for us. Very important for growing the store value. Okay? I want to show you two other really cool pieces of technology. I have no idea when I'm supposed to be done, so I'm going to go until I'm finished. Which is not that far long. 5 minutes? Thanks. There's two pieces of software we've used. This we've used for a long time. I love it. I'd recommend it to anybody. It's a company called You Earned It, out of Austin, of all places. You Earned It is a employee recognition software. So what you see here is a oh look, your employees are recognizing each other while you're gone. How sweet is that? What you see here is a kind of a Facebook type feed. So what we do is we give points to all of our leaders every quarter, and they give points to their employees or other stores or other people for doing stuff. So you see here that one manager gave points to another manager. Thanks for the help, buddy. We call everybody buddy in Ohio, right? My guess is he had a product for him or whatever. You see a sales manager giving a delivery guy points for stepping up Monday and Tuesday, doing last minute deliveries and taking care of Amy's bed. You rock. And then what you see here is once they accumulate a certain number of points, they redeem them for gift cards. And they redeem them online, and they get a gift card, e-receipt or whatever it is, and away we go. So this is a really cool platform. We do a lot of our contests and promotions through this. So the whole idea of are we going to do bonus or are we going to do this, we just do points. And they get whatever they want. And you can create things that points are worth. If you wanted to make points worth to get shirts, or you wanted to make points worth Reds tickets, or you wanted to make points worth product, or you just wanted to do the gift cards they do whatever you want. They make money on the cards you buy. So it's not crazy expensive. I think it's $3 per user per month or something like that. I forget, we've done it about 2 years ago. Great employee recognition software. There's an app. Brad has it on his. So every time he follows me, so every time I give points to somebody, he gets it. And he's like, why don't you give their points, not me? You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. We love it. And then last week, we launched another piece of technology, which I think is going to be great. We tested it for a while. And that is a company called Complancia. And Complancia is Complaint IA. It's a Canadian company. And what it is a store audit software. So it's a retail store audit software. You load whatever audit you want. We've loaded the store peers checklist, the store sales audit and collections audit. Regional managers today. So today on 5/20, 11 o'clock, the regional manager completed a store audit and they got 79%. I got an email that said it was completed. I saw what was wrong with it. I saw who he assigned the task to fix it on. He attached pictures to what it looks like. I acknowledged it, that I saw it, and it's now there, and all that stuff stored here in the cloud for them. You see kind of the overall notes. Really cool software. Really cool software. I think it'll speed up. It'll help us communicate. So we're always looking for things like that. It's just a C-O-M-P, where is it? L-I-A-N-T-I-A, Complancia. No, it's gone.
C-O-M-P-L-I-A-N-T-I-A.
Complaint, I-A. Something like that. I can't spell that.
Really necessary up there.
What? Oh, I did this for Shannon! And for Gary. I can't remember though. I mean, I remember how to say beat Oregon, but they beat somebody before they. I just who did they beat before they got to Oregon? Oh, that's right. It's Alabama. That's right. That's all time. So, I guess the last point is momentum, is winning, achieving results, being on top. You saw the limo. You know, I think every sport, everybody has in common, they want to win, they want to do big things, they want to accomplish something, they want to be a part of something. Whether it's a 4-foot trophy, which is cheap and gaudy and stupid as that might be, it's pretty cool. Whether it's a wrestling belt, you know, whether it's a lot of points, whether it's a trip to a Reds game in a limo. We really want to capitalize on momentum when things are going well. The biggest thing that's not up here is our annual meeting. You know, we do an annual meeting every year. It's bigger and bigger and bigger every year. It's more expensive every year. We gave away a car again this year, and it's awesome. You know, and people want to. You know, we have a lot of people that are involved in our company for a long time, and that's what they want. You know, what's your goal this year? I want to be on stage. That's it. I want to be on stage, which is cool. You know, we create a culture like that. We don't want to be better than everybody else. I think when you have people in your organization that want to be there, it raises the whole ship. And I think that's what we see sometimes. Great exercise, I think, which I recommend to anybody in the room. At a manager's meeting, give everybody a card. And I still have this. So I think I have it. And on one side I wrote want, and the other side I wrote why. And I said on those cards, on the one side I want you to write, why do you work here? Why do you work here? You're like, what do you, that's it. That's all I'm giving you. Why? Why do you work here? And the other side I wrote, I want you to write, what do you want? What do you want? That's from the book, The Dream Man, that I mentioned earlier. Great book. Anybody read that? Anybody read that book, The Dream Man? No? What do you want? And I remember a lot of them. Two of them I remember specifically. One was the guy who been with me for 12 years, 13 years, want to own a house. Another guy, been with me for 5 or 6 or 7 years, said, I want to make this much money so my wife doesn't have to work. So what do you think we did with that information? Yes? Acted on it, right? Let's figure out what we need to do to get you to that level. You end the year here, you'll be there, and then you'll have what you want. So we created a plan. But we would have never known if we didn't ask. Let me go through the 20 things real quick, again, so you got them. I'm going to go through them really fast. And then if you have any questions, we can talk, even though we don't have any more time. First 5 were hot up leadership, hungry, ownership, teachable, urgent, positive. Number 6, we don't need just a manager, we need 3 leaders in a big store. 3 leaders. All seats on that bus are very important, even the delivery techs. Maybe most of them. We can't forget about those guys. We just keep giving them stuff. T-shirts and tools. It's hard to find the contests or the goals or the scoreboard stuff for those guys, so food and T-shirts and tools, everything we can give them to keep them happy. Number 7 was people want to win. Projections that we do and the rewards that match those projections. Number 8 was the truth of the rent-owned customer. There are people we don't have, we need to keep the customers we do. The next one was the in-over back strategy. Get customers back, get them over from the competition, and last but definitely least, number 11, create an inspired culture. 12, do the core better. Furniture, appliances, the things we've had forever that aren't going to go away. Technology's not going to change that much. Just sell more Ashley furniture, right, Gary? That's all we got to do. It'll be successful. Sell more Ashley. Try the hard things, try the new things, the phones, the game systems, creative categories, don't stray far from the core, but they're there. The process, the collections process, the quality, the quantity, the follow-up, the call to references, the use of technology. The sales process, the merchandising, the marketing, the salesmanship, the follow-up, the leads. No wandering or wondering in the staff. Data without action is worthless. Web metrics that matter. Using new technology to improve the process. Love that you are into technology. If you check out any technology, check that out. It's cool. And then winning. Annual meeting, expect the best. I'll leave you with one thing, and then I'll be done. Great. I believe that one of the things that creates very successful stores, relationships, even though I only have 2 kids and they're young kids, is high expectations. There's a study from Robert Rosenthal, and it's called the Pygmalion effect. You ever heard of the Pygmalion effect? Yeah, Pygmalion effect, right? What is it? Remember?
I remember it being, you can only rise to a certain level. Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
Okay.
It's the Peter principle.
Okay.
So the Pygmalion effect is this. Rosenthal did a study where in California elementary school, at the beginning of the year, they told the teacher, these are your 4 most brilliant kids, and these aren't that smart. Picked at random. Test at the end of the year showed what? Exactly that. Exactly that. Why?
You'll live up to the expectations.
You'll live up to the expectations a leader has for you. The teacher taught these kids so much different than she taught. She expected these guys to be $1,000 stores. Not, 1,000 customer stores, not 300 customer stores. But they achieved it because that's how she led them. That's all I got. Time's up. Thanks. You're supposed to fill out that thing. Fill it out.